Picture this. You're trapped in a dark underground tunnel, surrounded by ancient evil, and the man you've loved for decades is standing over you with a sledgehammer raised high above his head. His eyes are black as coal, his face twisted with demonic rage, and he's about to bring that hammer down on your skull. This is Ed Warren, the legendary paranormal investigator who spent his life fighting demons, and now he's become the very thing he's always battled against. Hey everyone, welcome back where we break down the movies that keep you up at night. If you love deep dives into horror films, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. Trust me, you don't want to miss what's coming next. Alright, let's rewind and start from the beginning, because this story, The Conjuring, The Devil Made Me Do It, is based on one of the most controversial real-life cases in American legal history. We're talking about 1981, when a 19-year-old guy named Arne Johnson literally tried to convince a court that the devil made him commit murder. And the crazy part? Ed and Lorraine Warren, the most famous paranormal investigators in the world, were willing to stake their entire reputation on proving he was telling the truth. It all starts in Brookfield, Connecticut, with 8-year-old David Glatzel going through absolute hell, literally. This kid is possessed by something so violent and terrifying that it takes multiple priests just to hold him down. The whole family is there watching this nightmare unfold. His parents are terrified, his sister Debbie is crying, and her boyfriend Arne Johnson is witnessing something that'll change his life forever. Father Gordon is leading the exorcism, but this demon isn't playing games. It's fighting back with everything it's got. And Ed Warren, who's documenting the whole thing, can sense this is different. Lorraine, with her psychic abilities, knows this entity isn't just possessing David, it's hunting for more souls. Then comes the moment that seals everyone's fate. Arne Johnson, watching the love of his life's little brother being tortured, makes a decision that'll haunt him forever. He looks straight at this demon and says, "Take me instead." The demon jumps ship immediately. David collapses, finally free, but now Arne's got a passenger from hell. And just when you think it can't get worse, Ed Warren, the man who's faced down demons for decades, suddenly clutches his chest and hits the floor. Heart attack, right there in the chaos. The one person who might have been able to help Arne is now fighting for his own life. Fast forward a month, and Arne Johnson is living above a dog kennel with Debbie, trying to pretend everything's normal. But you can see it in his eyes. Something's seriously wrong. He's having hallucinations, seeing things that aren't there, losing his grip on reality. The 16th of February, 1981, the day everything goes to hell. Arne's at the kennel when their landlord, Bruno Sauls, shows up drunk and in a nasty mood. What happens next is pure nightmare fuel. The demon that's been lurking inside Arne finally makes his move. Arne's vision goes dark. His body isn't his own anymore. And when the red mist clears, Bruno is lying there with 22 stab wounds. 22. That's not a crime of passion. That's something else entirely. Police find Arne 2 miles away, covered in blood, with zero memory of what happened. When they tell him Bruno's dead, he breaks down completely. He keeps saying it wasn't him, that something else was controlling his body. And here's where it gets legally insane. The Warrens step up to help prove that Arne was possessed. This becomes the first murder trial in American history where the defense is literally "the devil made me do it." The Warrens are on a mission now. Ed's recovered from his heart attack, and they know they need proof that Arne was possessed. They go back to where it all started, the Glatzel house, and find something hidden under the floorboards. It's a witch's totem, this creepy occult symbol with specific markings. This isn't random. Someone deliberately cursed this family and left their calling card. They reach out to Father Kastner, a retired priest who studied the disciples of the Ram cult. Kastner explains that this totem is the signature of someone practicing ancient witchcraft, someone who's made a deal with dark forces. The curse isn't just about David. It's part of a larger ritual that requires specific sacrifices to gain power. And here's the terrifying part. If there's one totem, there might be others. Someone out there is collecting souls, and they're not done yet. Just when things can't get weirder, Drew calls with news that'll blow your mind. There's been another incident in Danvers, Massachusetts. Same witch's totem, same violence, and another victim stabbed exactly 22 times. The Warrens drive to Danvers to investigate a missing persons case that's turned into a double homicide. Katie Lincoln, a college student, was found brutally murdered, 22 stab wounds, just like Bruno. Her best friend Jessica Strong is missing. But Lorraine's psychic abilities reveal the horrifying truth. Jessica was the one who killed Katie while possessed, then threw herself off a cliff, unable to live with what the demon made her do. Lorraine's vision shows Jessica murdering her best friend, then the guilt driving her to suicide. When Lorraine leads police to Jessica's body exactly where she said it would be, the detectives are convinced enough to share their case files. Now, they've got two connected cases, two sets of 22 stab wounds, and a pattern that's starting to emerge. At the morgue, Lorraine touches Jessica's hand and gets hit with a vision so intense it nearly knocks her off her feet. She sees a woman performing some kind of ritual, surrounded by candles and ancient symbols. This isn't just any witch. This is someone who's traded her soul for power over life and death. Lorraine watches this mysterious woman attempt to force Arne to kill himself, but she manages to interfere and stop it. In doing so, she reveals herself to this dark practitioner. Now the witch knows the Warrens are onto her, making them targets. Drew shows up with a medieval book of Stragurian witchcraft that explains everything. This isn't random violence, it's a carefully orchestrated plan. The witch needs three specific things. One person murdered by someone possessed, one person driven to suicide by possession, and one final sacrifice to seal the deal. Katie was the murder victim, Jessica was the suicide, and Arne is supposed to be the final piece of this demonic puzzle. The witch strikes back in the most personal way possible. Ed starts feeling sick, disoriented, and then Lorraine finds another witch's totem hidden right in their own home. The witch has brought the fight to their doorstep, and Ed is now under the same curse that possessed Arne and Jessica. Meanwhile, Arne is in his jail cell with the curse working on him too. Debbie is there with Father Newman, trying to keep him calm, but you can see the demon fighting to take control again. The clock is ticking, and the Warrens realize they need to find this witch's altar and destroy it before she completes her ritual and claims Arne's life. The Warrens are running out of time. Ed and Drew track down the witch's location while Lorraine goes to Father Kastner for help. But when she arrives, Kastner drops a bombshell. The witch they've been hunting is his own daughter, Isla. Years ago, he broke his vow of celibacy, and as he studied the occult, Isla became obsessed with dark magic, eventually trading her humanity for power. Kastner leads Lorraine into hidden tunnels beneath his house where Isla conducts her rituals. But it's a trap. Isla kills her own father right in front of Lorraine, then activates the final phase of her curse. Now, we've got a three-way supernatural battle happening simultaneously. Ed arrives with a sledgehammer, ready to destroy Isla's altar. But the moment he enters the tunnels, the demon takes complete control of him. This is the scene opened with Ed, possessed and trying to kill Lorraine with that hammer raised above his head. At the same time, back in jail, Arne is being driven towards suicide, with Debbie and Father Newman trying desperately to hold him back. This is where everything hangs in the balance. Isla is chanting her final incantations, Ed is possessed and trying to murder his wife, and Arne is about to become the final sacrifice. But then, Lorraine does something that saves everyone. She reminds Ed of their love story, their first meeting, their life together. Love, it turns out, is stronger than any curse. Ed snaps out of the possession just long enough to grab that sledgehammer and bring it down on Isla's altar, smashing it to pieces. The moment the altar is destroyed, the curse is broken. Arne collapses in his cell, finally free. And Isla? When you make a deal with the devil and fail to deliver, there are consequences. The demon turns on her, and she dies screaming as the devil she tried to consume her. So, how does this all end? The supernatural threat is over, but the legal system still has to deal with the aftermath. Arne Johnson is ultimately convicted of manslaughter, but not murder, which shows the jury believed there were extenuating circumstances, even if they couldn't officially accept demonic possession as a defense. He gets sentenced to 10 to 20 years, but only serves 5 for good behavior. The real Arne Johnson was released in 1986 and went on to live a relatively normal life, which is pretty remarkable considering what he went through. Ed Warren takes one of the ritual cups from Isla's altar and adds it to their occult museum, preserving evidence of the supernatural for future generations. The movie ends with Ed showing Lorraine a recreation of the gazebo where they first met, reminding us that love really can conquer evil. It's a beautiful moment that shows how their relationship has been the foundation of their strength throughout all these terrifying cases. What do you think? Could demonic possession be a legitimate legal defense? Or is there always a more rational explanation? Let me know in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe for more movie breakdowns that'll keep you up at night.